Hi everyone, we're going to start today's practice in a seated position. Maybe that's hero pose where you're sitting on your ankles, or maybe you're in a seated position with your ankles crossed. If you're in hero's pose, make sure the ankles aren't jutting out to the side. We'll just begin to start to ground, sitting up nice and tall, gently, just close your eyes. Alright, so in this position, let's just try to relax a little bit. Maybe take a couple circles with the shoulders as we start to ground. And just gently close your eyes as we're here on our mat. And then start to bring awareness to the parts of your body that are speaking to you. So whether it's a part of your ankle or knee, whether it's the upper back, and just acknowledging the way the body feels. I'm just trying to find some lightness there. And then slowly start to bring your awareness to your breath. Exhaling everything out. And then taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, allowing the crown of the head to extend even more. And as you exhale, just sigh it out. With each breath in, see if you can create a little bit more space between the vertebrae. So we're sitting up really tall, the sides of the body are lengthening. And then just sigh it out, let it go, let the shoulders drop. Start to bring the awareness to the face here. Noticing the space between the brows. If there's any tension there, see if you can smooth that out. Finding lightness behind the backs of the eyelids. Softening of the cheekbones. And just finding the head floating in space. Then on your next inhale, we're going to reach our arms out to the side and then overhead, nice and slow. And as the arms reach overhead, try to grow a little bit longer. We're pressing down through the sit bones or the shins and lifting up through the front and back side of the body. And see if you can send your breath to your upper back here. Allow the shoulder blades to really part. Allow there to be space in the neck. Take another deep breath in. And then as you exhale, bring the palms together, exhaling the hands to the heart. And pressing our palms into one another, really noticing that left palm pressing as the muscles around the right shoulder engage. And then the right hand's pressing into the left as you notice the left shoulder. On your next inhale, we'll reach our arms out to the side, then overhead. As you exhale, hands come down to heart center in prayer. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Really press the palms together. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. So as we're here with the palms pressing into one another, try to lift your heart up into the thumbs. Keep that slight lift. We'll inhale, reach our arms out to the side, and then we'll find eagle arms. So you're gonna wrap your right arm under the left, and if it's accessible to you, see if you can wrap around your wrist. If that bothers the shoulder, you can always grab opposite shoulders here. All right, so once we have this bind, start to soften the shoulders away from the ears. Allow those elbows to be shoulder height. And then bring your awareness to your belly. Are your ribs poking out in front? If they are, draw them back in slightly and lift the back side of the body up. Good. Breathe into that upper back. Allow the shoulder blades to part. And maybe you slightly tuck your chin here, finding length through the neck. Slowly release the arms down beside. We'll take a couple shoulder shrugs. As you inhale, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Side out, let them drop. Inhale, shrug your shoulders. Exhale, side out, arms down. One more time. Inhale, squeeze the upper back. Exhale, let it go. We're going to take that eagle on the other side. So left arm wraps the right. And then if you can, cross at the forearms or the wrists. Really trying to split our gaze here with the forearms. So the forearms are reaching away from the nose. Maybe I slightly tuck my chin here. Taking 3 more rounds of breath. Sit up tall. Lift your ribs away from the floor. And then we'll slowly release that bind. We're going to make our way to a tabletop. All right, so if you were sitting on anything, you can move it to your side. You're going to be on your hands and knees, looking to stack our hands directly under our shoulders, knees under hips. On your inhale, slowly start to lift your heart. Slowly moving the shoulder blades in towards the chest, finding our cow pose. And then as you exhale, press your hands down. Start to draw the front side of the body to the back side of the body. Round through your upper back. Inhale, cow pose. Lift your heart. Exhale, tuck your chin in towards your chest. Cat. Just moving with your breath here, keeping it nice and slow. Arms are straight with both moves here. And maybe you add in some other movement, shifting the hips side to side. Whatever feels good here. So if it feels better to linger in one a little bit longer, maybe look over your shoulder. We'll take about 4 more rounds of breath. Taking 1 more in each direction. Great. So coming back to our tabletop, we'll bring our hands just a little bit forward, like an inch or 2. We'll go ahead and tuck our toes. Lift the knees just an inch off the floor, and then start to send the hips back as we straighten those legs, finding our downward facing dog. So in downward dog, you're looking to have your feet hip distance. So if you need to bring them in a little bit, or you need to separate them. And then take a deep bend in the knees. Keep pressing your hands down into the floor as you draw your chest back towards the inner thighs. And maybe we walk our dog, we bend one knee at a time, do a little wiggle, do a little dance, whatever feels good as we start to settle into our downward facing dog. Keep both arms straight, so no bend in the elbows. And then just let your head hang. Maybe shake yes and no a couple times, trying to let go of any tension in the upper back. And then start to find some stillness, maybe even close your eyes here. And then on your next inhale, we'll slowly start to lift the right leg, keeping the hips side by side, flexing your foot so toes point down to the ground. And then see if you can lift your heel a little bit higher. Start to bend your knee and open your hip. So I keep lifting that right knee, and I keep squeezing my heel into my glute. On your next inhale, shift forward, knee to nose. Hold here. Flex your foot, lift your heel to your glute. As you inhale, three-legged dog, reach it straight back. Soften the shoulders, soften the gaze. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, knee to nose, shifting forward. Exhale, three-legged dog. Last time, inhale, knee to nose, holding here. And then as you exhale, place that foot between the hands. Soften your shoulders. All right, if you need something under your hands like blocks or anything, grab it here. We're gonna try to keep our hands on the floor. And then release that left knee. Release the top of the foot. Lift your heart up, just like when you were in cow pose. Really separating the collarbones. Softening the inner thighs. Taking one more deep breath in. As you exhale, plant your hands, lift that knee. We're going to step back to plank. So we're on our hands and feet. Spread those fingers wide. And then think about reaching your hip bones up to your bottom ribs. So I'm not arching my lower back. All right, I'm trying to shorten the front side of my body. Take a deep breath in as you exhale, downward facing dog. Resetting here. On your inhale, lift your left leg nice and slow. Keeping the toes down towards the floor. Lift your heel a little bit higher. Then slowly start to bend that knee and open the hip. Keep lifting the knee higher. Keep squeezing your heel into your glute. On your next inhale, shift forward, knee to nose, hold. Press your hands down. Flex your foot, heel to your butt. Extend, three-legged dog. Straight back. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, three-legged dog. Last time. Inhale, knee to nose, hold. And then as you exhale, foot comes between the hands. If you need those blocks, grab your blocks. We're going to try to keep our hands on the floor. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, release that right knee down. Keep lifting your heart up. Let those shoulders drop away from the ears. And breathe. Take one more deep breath in. We'll plant our hands, stepping back to that plank. Holding in plank. Inhale. Downward dog, exhale. All right, so moving with our breath, we'll inhale, lift our right leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose, finding that low lunge. Releasing the knee down. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, soften the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, finding your plank. Holding in plank pose. All right, so we'll inhale, shift the crown of the head forward. Maybe you drop to your knees. We're gonna lower all the way to our belly. So elbows point back, taking your time to come down. We'll bring our hands behind us, interlacing the fingers. Allow the legs to stay down. As you inhale, start to peel the heart off the ground. Work your arms together. Reaching those knuckles back towards your heels. Breathing here, soften the face. As you exhale, release down. Hands come under your shoulders. On your inhale, come to the top of your plank. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left side, inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Finding that low lunge. Inhale, heart lifts. Soften the knee, exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, find your plank. Holding in plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers. This time we'll lift our legs as well. Inhale, lift up, finding that locust pose. Lift the inner thighs to the ceiling. Reach your knuckles back to your heels. Slowly release down. Hands beside the shoulders. Inhale, top of your plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Sigh it out, let it go. On your inhale, start to walk your hands back to your feet. Finding a forward fold here. Take a nice bend in the knees. Let the head just hang. And then bring your hands to your lower back. Interlace your fingers again. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, start to reach those arms up towards the sky. Releasing the head. Maybe taking a mouth open sigh. If it feels good to move around here, maybe move around. Keep releasing the shoulders away from the ears. And then slowly let that bind go. Release your hands. On your inhale, halfway lift. Find your flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. We'll go ahead and take our feet as wide as your mat. You're going to bring your right hand to the center. As you inhale, left arm reaches up. So as we're in this twist here, see if you can keep the sit bones side by side. So maybe I bring my hand to my lower back, make sure I'm not dropping into the left hip, and then maybe I reach that arm back up. Work the shoulders away from the ears. Maybe the gaze comes to the left hand. And then as you exhale, release the left. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Check your alignment if you need. Adjust. And then extend that arm to the sky. Maybe the gaze comes up to the hand. And then as you exhale, release both hands down. As you inhale, start to rise all the way up. Press the feet down. Finding our mountain pose. And then we'll just go ahead and step to the top of our mat. Find mountain. We're going to start with our Surya Namaskar A. So find your feet hip distance, all right? Toes are pointed forward. Really pressing down on all sides of the feet here. And as you press the feet down, grow really tall through the spine, lifting up through the front side of the pelvis. On your next inhale, find upward mountain pose. As you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, finding that flat back. And then as you exhale, step back to your plank. So hands are under the shoulders. As you inhale, shift forward, maybe lower to the knees. Exhale, chaturanga, so halfway, hold. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 rounds of breath in your down dog. So arms are straight and we're thinking of spinning the biceps to the ceiling. Wrapping those outer arms in. And then separating the collarbones and the upper back. As you inhale, gaze towards your hands, bend your knees. Exhale, step, hop, or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, upward mountain pose. Maybe the gaze follows the fingertips. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw your heart through. Exhale, plank to chaturanga. Step back, lower halfway. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Knees can have a nice bend in them. The more you bend your knees, the more you'll be able to really lift your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Really still trying to lengthen all sides of the body, so not just the front and the back, but the side body. The space between the ribs. On your next inhale, gazing forward, knees bend. Exhale as you travel. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, upward mountain pose, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, so let's go ahead, step wide. We're gonna set up for a triangle pose. So the first thing we're gonna do is bring our feet really, really wide. Okay? And then our right foot, we're gonna turn to the top of our mat, and I'm lined up right heel with the back arch. All right, so notice how the hips are open to the long end of your mat here. Maybe I start to take my left heel back some if that feels a little bit better. I'm really pressing this back foot down. And then we'll take a peek at the front foot. I'm going to try to keep this knee in line with the second toe. All right, so this leg stays nice and engaged. The top of the thigh is working the whole time. All right, so no loose legs. We'll reach our arms out in opposite directions. As you inhale, start to reach forward at your hip crease. So right at this right hip, I'm just gonna reach forward. All right, just holding here. Come back to your feet. Keep pressing your feet down. And then I'm slowly gonna reach my left arm up as my right arm comes down. This right leg, think about lifting your shin into, or lifting your calf muscle away from the floor, into that shin. Really broadening across the chest. And then we're gonna take this top arm, reach it up overhead. All right, so finding length on the side body. This left arm is beside the ears. And then see if you can lengthen both side bodies. So the right hip crease is working back. Take one more deep breath in. Soften the shoulders. We're going to go into our half moon from here. All right, so I'll start to reach that left arm back up. Slight bend in the right knee. I'm going to shift my weight forward, standing on this right leg. And as we're in this half moon, try to find some lightness. The leg that's in the air, flex your foot. And think about reaching your tailbone to the left heel. Softening the breath and gaze. We're slowly going to make our way back to triangle. Press your feet down as you inhale, come back up. Woo. All right, so we're going to reset for the other side. So if your feet moved, come back to that wide straddle. Now you're going to turn your left foot to the back of your mat. So I'm left heel to the right arch. Okay, notice the hips, how they want to open to the long end of your mat. And then looking at this knee, trying to keep it between the second toe. Arms reach out. As you inhale, start to reach to the left as far as you can. And then reach that right arm to the sky as the left arm drops down. So trying to make a straight line with your arms. And then come back to your feet. Keep pressing your feet down into the floor. As the feet work the floor, see if you can rebound through the crown of the head. Find that length. And then we're slowly going to bring that right arm up and over the head. Find length on the left side body here as well. So draw that left hip crease back. Maybe start to open the heart more towards the sky. Coming back to that triangle, we're going to bend that left knee a little bit. Start to shift to the left foot, finding your half moon. Taking your time here. Maybe the gaze comes off the floor towards the hand in the sky if you can. Stay active through the left leg. Then slowly coming back to that triangle. Press your feet down as you inhale, rise up. Then we'll step our feet together, just giving the legs a little break before coming back wide. We're going to take a wide fold here. So outer edges of the feet are parallel with your mat. We're going to bring our hands together, interlace the fingers behind the lower back. As you inhale, start to lift your heart. As you exhale, fold over the hip crease. Keep your hands on your lower back here. Just start to fold. The crown of the head's reaching towards the floor. And then if you're ready, as you inhale, start to lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Reaching those knuckles towards the sky. And then see if you can find more length through the chest. We're really pressing our feet down, trying to keep the weight more to the front of the foot, allowing those hips to stack over the heels. We'll let our hands come back down to the lower back. And then as you inhale, slowly start to rise up. Taking your time. We'll release our bind, step our feet together. And then we'll step to the top of our mat. We're gonna go right into a dancer. All right, so we'll start in mountain pose, finding that grounding in our feet, that rebounding of the entire spine. And then start to really shift the weight over to the left foot, becoming light on the right. We'll reach our left arm out in front, and then we'll bend that right knee, so we're standing on one leg. Take your right hand out to the side, catching the inside of this right foot. Knees are side by side to start, keeping those hips active. On your inhale, start to kick into your right hand. Taking your time here, really trying to keep your chest lifted. Keeping the shoulders side by side. Keep kicking into your hand, lifting that inner thigh up towards the ceiling. Maybe taking the gaze off the floor up to the horizon. And then slowly return back to your mountain. Finding that lightness again. We'll shift over to the right foot. Reach that right arm out. Bend the left knee. Just standing on the one leg, and then we'll reach the left arm out, catching the inside of the foot. Starting with the knees side by side, draw the outer hips together, and then on your next inhale, start to kick into your hand. Keep kicking into your hand, lifting that inner thigh away from the ground. Keep drawing the shoulders side by side here. Being playful if we fall out, remembering to get right back in. And then we'll slowly start to make our way back to our mountain pose. Returning to our breath. And then bringing our feet together, setting up for our chair pose, so Utkatasana. Feet together as you inhale, sit nice and low. Reach the arms up. So in chair, we want to make sure we can see all of our toes, so we'll look down really quick. If we can't see our toes, maybe move your shins back a little bit. And then bring your gaze back up to the horizon. Sit a little bit deeper into your squat. And then lift the chest away from the floor. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. If you want to hop back, go for it. Or step and lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Resetting here. It's been a while since we've been in a down dog. As you inhale, soften the shoulders. Let go of anything you're holding on to. On your next inhale, lift your right leg nice and high. As you exhale, step your foot between your hands. We're going to come to a warrior one. So back heel spins down. And then as you inhale, rise up, warrior one. So I've got this left foot at an angle, okay? My right knee is bent, and I'm looking to draw that right hip back. Left hip's working forward. Keeping the right arm in the air, bring that left arm forward. Just allowing it to draw your chest square. And then see if you can lift the back side of the body up from the ground. Keep that there. Reach the left arm back up. Big breath in, maybe a slight back bend. As you exhale, hands plant, flowing through. Option to keep the right leg lifted. Plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Two more rounds of breath here. Then as you inhale, we lift the left leg. As you exhale, step it between your hands, spinning that back foot down. As you inhale, rise up, warrior one. And then we'll bring the right arm forward. Keep drawing those right ribs forward so the chest is square. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hands plant, flowing through, plank to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale as you step it between your hands, pausing in our lunge again. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, drop that left knee. Just holding here. And then we'll use our hands to walk ourselves back up. Then bring those arms out to the side, finding cactus arms. Here we're lifting our heart up, moving those shoulder blades in towards the chest. Softening the front side of the body. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, we'll plant our hands. Okay, we're going to start to work a half split, or if you have full split in your practice, you're more than welcome to start to go there. All right, for half split, if you have blocks, maybe use them. I'm going to start to send my hips back, keeping the chest on the thighs. Softening the shoulders, keeping that long side body here. Or maybe I start to walk the left leg, the left knee back, Bo's here so he can help me get out if I get stuck. All right, so finding your half split or full split. We'll take about 7 rounds of breath wherever you are. And then we'll slowly start to come back up. We'll find a tabletop. Swing that leg around. From tabletop, we'll go back to downward facing dog. On your inhale, lift your left leg. As you exhale, step it between your hands, finding that low lunge. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the right knee. Keep lifting the heart. Then we'll use our hands, come all the way up. Then finding those cactus arms again. Really trying to not have any crunching in the lower back. So lengthen before you start to lean back. Just letting the hips fall forward. Let that left knee bend. Big breath in. As you exhale, hands plant. Half split or full split. Half split, I'm trying to keep my chest on my thighs. Keep the spine long. You're going for that full split. Start to walk the right knee back. One side's always different, so maybe you had it on the other side, or vice versa. And then we'll slowly start to come back to our tabletop. Ooh. We'll take a cat-cow here just to reset the spine. Inhale for cow pose. Exhale for cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And then coming to neutral. On your inhale, we'll reach our right arm to the sky. As you exhale, take your time to needle that arm under, getting the shoulder on the ground. Taking a nice twist here. You can reach your left arm to the top of your mat. In this pose, we're really trying to work the shoulders away from your ears. And then we're trying to stack the left over the right. If you want to go for that half bind, you can take that left arm to the lower back or the opposite hip crease. Keep opening up. Keep pressing the right hand down. And then slowly, we'll find our left hand back under the shoulder. Press back up to table. If you need a cat-cow to reset, reset. And then we'll inhale, left arm high, taking the twist on the other side. Exhale as you needle the arm under, getting the shoulder down, and then reaching that right arm to the top of your mat. You can tent your fingers maybe as you work your shoulders away from your ears and stack. If you're going for that half bind, inhale the right arm, then find that hip crease or lower back. Press the back of that left hand into the ground a little bit more. And then we'll slowly find the right hand under the shoulder. Press up to our table. We're just going to come to our back. Okay, so if you want to flow through here, feel free. We're going to meet with our knees bent because we're going to set up for some bridging. So take your time to let your spine settle here if you need to hug your knees into your chest for a moment. And then when you're ready, we'll find our feet on the floor with the knees bent. All right, looking to have the feet under the knees, so if you need to, they can come a little bit closer to the body. Arms are going to extend towards the sky. We're going to do 5 dynamic bridges, so moving with our breath. Okay, so press your feet into the ground. As you inhale, arms go overhead, hips lift up. As you exhale, return to where you started, hips down, arms to the sky. Inhale, arms overhead, hips lift. Exhale, return to start. Big breath in. Slow breath out. big breath in. Find the floor under the feet. Exhale. One more dynamically. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, come back down. All right, so this time we'll bring our hands down beside us. We're gonna hold our bridge. So if you'd like, you can keep your hands on the floor the whole time or go for the bind. As you inhale, start to make your way to bridge, lifting your hips, and then starting to walk the shoulders under the back, lifting the hips a little bit higher. If you're going for the bind, interlacing the fingers, pressing the pinky edge side of the hand down into the floor. And then let's come back to our breath here. Trying to really smooth it out, not forcing this back bend, listening to your body, softening the brow. And see if you can lift your hips another inch. And then if you have the bind, start to release it. We'll come down super slow, taking your time. And then from here, we'll walk our feet as wide as the mat. Just let the knees fall to touch. And then slowly bring the feet back towards one another. We'll take our right knee, or right ankle over the left knee for our figure four. As you inhale, we'll lift the left foot off the ground. You can grab behind the back of the left thigh. Okay, keep drawing that knee in towards the chest as you work the right knee away. Or if you want more, you can wrap your arms around the shin. And as we're in this figure four, notice your sacrum, your lower back. Are you sinking over to the right side? All right, maybe I need to roll a little bit more to the left. And then notice if the side body is even. Shoulders are rooting into the floor as we draw that left knee a little bit closer to the chest. And just let that left leg hang. Let that right knee soften. Keep the figure four of your ankle and thigh. Release your arms out into a T. And then you're slowly going to allow your right foot to come across your body. Take a twist here. I can use my left hand, I can use my left hand on top of that foot. Really ground down. I can use my right hand to press the mid-thigh away. Getting a nice opening in that right hip flexor. Maybe I just look over my right shoulder for the twist. Bring your arms back to a T. We'll slowly roll to our back, uncrossing our legs. Realign your spine. Maybe take a happy baby or just knees into chest. And then we'll slowly set up our figure four on the opposite side. So left ankle over right knee. As you inhale, lift the right foot off the ground. And then coming back to, if you're sinking to the right or left, try to even that out here. Softening that left knee away from the body. If you want more, you can always grab around your shin. Just keep working the right knee more into the chest as you exhale. And then keeping the figure 4, arms can come out into that T as you slowly start to let the left foot travel across the body. Maybe the right hand comes on top of the foot. Maybe the left hand comes to the mid of the thigh, just directing it away. Or maybe you just look over your left shoulder for the twist. And slowly bring the arms back out, uncross the legs, roll to your back. We'll take a happy baby together this time. So maybe grabbing the big toes with the peace fingers, bending the knees to the armpits, gently rocking side to side. Just massaging the lower back. Maybe straightening one leg at a time, being playful here. And then we'll slowly allow the feet to come back to the mat. We'll extend our left leg. Inhale, hug that right knee in towards your chest. Just giving it a little rock. And then as you exhale, slowly bring it across your body, taking our final twisting on each side. Just allowing the chest to be open towards the ceiling. And then maybe taking the gaze towards the right hand. And as you inhale, take your gaze back towards the ceiling. We'll slowly roll to our back. Go ahead and inhale your knees in towards your chest. Extend your right leg long. Taking our final twist, slowly bring that left knee across your body. Maybe taking the gaze towards the left hand. And as you inhale, take your gaze back towards the ceiling. We'll slowly roll to our back. Readjusting the spine. And then we'll all take a happy baby this time. Using the peace fingers to catch the big toes, knees bend towards the shoulders. Gently rocking side to side. Realigning. If there's any other posture needed to conclude your practice, I invite you to go there now. If you need another twist, you can go for it. If you need a back bend. If you need more hip opening, you can take Supta Baddha Konasana. I'm just taking about 5 more rounds of breath with whatever you need before we start to come to Savasana. Just honoring what the body is saying. And then wherever you are, we'll slowly start to bring the knees into the chest one last time. Wrapping the arms around the shins. Finding seed pose. Tucking your chin in towards your chest. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, extend the right leg. Release the head. Then the left leg. Let the toes fall out to the sides. Walk the shoulders under the back. Finding the arms down beside you with the palms up as a sign of receiving. We'll gently close our eyes here. Coming back to that full body scan, starting with the crown of the head. Allowing the crown of the head to extend away from the body, lengthening the neck. And just allowing any tension still stored in the face to melt away. Let the gaze behind the eyelids be really soft. Maybe you even see color. Unclench the jaw, finding space between the teeth. Maybe finding your tongue resting where the hard palate and the teeth meet. Allowing the throat to be open. And with your next exhale, just allowing the shoulders to release as they melt into the floor, away from the ears. Releasing the weight of the arms. And just noticing the gentle rise and fall of your chest, how it's so small. Allowing the pelvis to soften here. The legs to relax. As the lower body is melting into the mat. We'll just rest in this piece for another 7 to 10 rounds of breath. Maybe repeating a mantra to yourself or just focusing on your Ujjayi breath. Just letting thoughts come and go. And slowly start to deepen your breath, coming back to your mat, maybe sighing out through parted lips. Bringing gentle movement back into the fingers and toes, the wrists and the ankles, the elbows. Maybe reaching the arms overhead for one last full body stretch as you inhale. Growing as long as you can. And then slowly bringing one knee at a time in towards your chest. Taking your time here, being mindful. You can just roll to your right or left when you're ready. Taking your time, maybe pausing in a fetal position before pressing up to find a comfortable seat. Maybe the ankles are crossed, and just start to find that length in the body. We'll gently close our eyes here. And as you inhale, reach your arms out to the sides, then overhead, bringing the palms to touch. And as you exhale, slowly guiding your hands to heart center, bowing your head. I want to thank each of you for joining me for tonight's practice. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Namaste. Thank you so much.